And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Saturday afternoon football here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hewlett alongside Kenny Suter and Miles Hewlett on the camera this afternoon as we are here in Biggsville, Illinois for the I-8FA matchup between the West Central Heat and the West Prairie Cyclones, who are making their second road trip of the season, Kenny. They made the even shorter road trip to Bushnell last Friday night to open their 8-man NFL football careers for both schools in Bushnell last week. A little more experience against them on the field tonight as far as 8-man goes is a very good West Central, I should say today, West Central, very good West Central team who we were very impressed with physically when they came out for warm-ups earlier.
Indeed.
They're going to be a good test for the West Prairie Cyclones, who wear the white jerseys with the blue pants today. The West Central Heat have red jerseys with white pants and red and blue stripes down the side. So it should be an interesting contest. West Prairie on the losing end of a lopsided contest to BPC last Friday, and West Central on the opposite end of a lopsided contest as they put a good hurting on Flanagan last week. So a big test for West Prairie. And what's interesting is the two opponents in the first 2 weeks for West Prairie will meet next Saturday right back here in Biggsville as TSSR Game Time Live will have BPC, who won big again last night against Blue Ridge, here against West Central. So be able to do a little balancing act here, but you would expect, I think, Kenny, to have West Prairie Southeastern be a little bit more experienced, a little bit more ready to go this week. They've got a game under their belt. They know what to expect a little bit, maybe come out and do things a little bit different, be a little more calm and make some things happen this week.
Yeah, and especially the experience factor in 8-man football. It's not that big of a change when you think about the rule set, as there's just a few different changes on kickoffs and the narrowness of the field. But really, the style of play is a lot different, especially when you're setting up plays from what we've seen in the past games that we've done. Any type of fake-out's got to be really quick and precise because there's such penetration coming in on the defensive side that I think West Prairie getting some time in playing the 8-man will help them along. West Central, however, has a couple of years' experience already in the 8-man league.
You're listening to the pregame show here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. So we're going to have the national anthem here, so we'll let you folks hear that. And we'll be back in just a minute here with the kickoff. So that was the part of the West Central High School band playing the national anthem here. It's going to be West Central football going left to right on the radio dial, and it'll be the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones defending the south goal here in Biggsville as the field runs north and south Out here at what used to be Union High School. Of course, Southern and Union came together to make West Central High School several years ago. We'll be doing our best here. We're a little shorter staffed. This is kind of what will be normal for us as we have when we have 2 games at a time. So when we have 1 game at a time and we can get that extra person, we'll have Kenny running the computer for Chris and Jeff. But occasionally on BPC games, we'll have the games at the same time and won't be able to do that. So we'll be a little closer to this as the Heat come on the field officially. This is reminiscent of old school football. There's more people sitting in lawn chairs around the field than there are in the bleachers with us today. So it should be a good time here, as we'll see a real test for the Westbury Southeastern Cyclones, as they did play the JV contest very closely with BPC on Monday night, as we saw, Kenny, but this is a different deal. 29 players on the roster for West Central, 17, I believe, or 19 upperclassmen. So they have a bunch of players, and man, when they came out here without pads on, they looked like a big team, but they don't look so big or that much bigger with pads on. Usually it's the other way around.
As we get the kickoff set up, the wind sure is starting to come on now from this blowing towards the south, which really didn't start to kick up till about 5 minutes ago.
Jensen Laughlin will be on to kick for West Prairie Southeastern. Back deep to receive for West Central. Looks like it's going to be number 34, Devin Shaw. Also back there, Caden Drost. Both those guys will be starting in the backfield for the Heat. Laughlin's got a leg, but he's going to be kicking into some pretty stiff wind, as you talked about here, as we get ready to go with the opening kickoff here from West Central High School in Biggsville, Illinois. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And Laughlin runs to the ball, puts a boot into it, and we are underway. And that looks like it's going to go out of bounds. It does. That might even land it out of bounds. And it'll be 1st and 10, West Central at their own 35-yard. Starting lineup for West Central looks like this on the offensive side of the football. We'll name off 9 players because it depends on the formation in which they come out in. It looks like the starting wide receiver split in will be Andy Lumbeck. The quarterback will be Mason Carnes. He's a junior. Caden Drost, the running back. Fullback will be Devin Shaw. Tight end Zach Smith, number 52. Dexter Ricketts, a right guard. Brady McGraw, 77, is the center. Number 81, Carson Long, the tight end. And Nick Woods is the left guard, number 89. As we're getting ready to go, trying to get the ball tossed in, and we're just about ready here for the first offensive play of the game. This is going to be an I formation 2 tight end set to open the game for West Central. Handoff's going to go to the deep back. That is Drost. He's going to bounce it outside. He's got tons of running. He breaks one tackle. Around the side he goes. He's going to outrun everybody. Nope, he's going to cut back in and going to be tackled, brought down from behind on the tackle. That's number 34, Rand Palmer, but he goes from the 35 down with inside the 20. We'll see where they actually mark it at. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 17-yard line. 15, 40, 45, 48 yards on the run for the running back from the Heat. He's the junior. Handoff goes right up the middle. That's Drost again, and he's going to go for a short gain that time. It's going to be a gain of 2 off the left side. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 with 11:20 to go here in the first quarter, as the West Central Heat already threatening as they got to the outside of the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones defense on their first play. Back under center is Carnes. This time he's going to pitch it out to Drost again around the outside. He breaks one tackle, then bounces off a couple players. He's going to be hit inside the 10. I don't know if he got down to the 5. They're going to wave it. Maybe he is down to the 5. We'll see where they mark it at here.
They're going to have him move up, so he will get the first down.
Must be about to the 6-yard line, it looks like. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 6 for West Central. West Prairie Southeastern flocking the ball, and there's Carnes going to go right up the middle behind the offensive line, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. So with 10:38 to go in quarter number 1, we have our first points of the contest as Carnes gets the 6-yard touchdown run.
West Central keeping a nice pace up here. Not a lot of standing around waiting for the play. They get the play. They keep on moving, trying to get the momentum firmly in their favor.
Pitch out to Dross. He cuts it back in, gets to the goal line, but is going to be in. He just does get in. So it's 8-0 with 10:38 to go in the first quarter. West Central Heat drive right down the field. 4 plays and a touchdown from the 35-yard line. And it is 8-0. And we'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Welcome back to West Central High School. 8-0 is the score. I guess I haven't been doing a very good job of keeping the scoreboard up. I apologize, folks. I forgot all about it.
With that quick turnaround of the offense of the Heat, 4 plays only. That's all they needed. Carnes with 56 yards rushing on that drive, really just to help push in. Drost. Carnes was the one that scored. As we get the kickoff here by number 5, Dave Gidlings.
West Central's short kick. That one's going to go out of bounds too, and it didn't land in bounds either. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Actually, that'll be outside the 35 because the kick never got to the 35. So I think it'll be 1st and 10 at about the 37 or 38-yard line. We'll see where they actually mark it at here.
Gonna start them at about the 37. Oh, they're gonna move
to the near 5 yards from where it went out of bounds. So it'll be the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 41.
As we get set up, we can get the starters here for the West Prairie offense. At quarterback, number 2, Ashton Barkley. Number 4, tight end, Carter Hitz. Number 5, tight end, Jensen Laughlin. At running back, number 11, Eli Leisman. Number 21, running back, Xavier Hilton next to him. And the O-line, number 27, Kyle Rose, 60, Kyle Kinehart, and 71, Brett Havens.
And a handoff or pitch is going to go out to Eli Leisman, and he'll go for a short gain on the play. Stop made there by a pair of West Central Heat, including number 35, Parker Meldrum. But Leisman goes for a gain of 4. Actually, it's only a gain of 3 technically. It'll bring up 2nd and a short 7, as he needed to get to the 45 to get that 4th yard. Didn't quite get there. So it's 2nd and a short 7 as the I formation 2 tight end set one more time. Handoff's going to go to the fullback. Misses 1 tackle, gets to the 45. But that's all he's going to get. The running back, number 21, Xavier Hilton, took the handoff. He gains a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6. 9:53 remaining here in the first quarter. Clock running. West Central leads West Prairie Southeastern 8-0 in this I-8FA contest.
Had a few wind gusts, but it looks like it's kind of calmed down and shifted a little bit over to the east.
And Laughlin this time is going to take the direct snap. He'll go outside near a 1st down, but he's going to be brought down short. I think that's not a real good spot. I thought he was a little farther than that. They're only going to give him 2 yards or 3 yards on the play to bring up 4th down and 3, but I really thought that was a better play. He was a little farther, got spun backwards. I thought he was about out to the 50, but nonetheless, here we go. Laughlin again on a direct snap. He goes right side, breaks a tackle. He's across the 1st down marker. He'll have a 1st down for the Cyclones, a gain of 5 on the play, and it brings up a 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line of the Heat. Clock's back to running as the ball has been set after the 1st down. 8:50 remaining.
Laughlin doing a nice job of getting outside and finding the hole on that little direct snap. Don't want to stand outside that long.
Barkley back in at quarterback. He's going to take the handoff to Hilton, who breaks 1 tackle, and he's going to get stood up. Initial hit by Drost, and there to finish him off. Coming back on the play, number 77. That was Brady McGraw. A gain of 2 to bring up 2nd down and 8 for West Central. As Hilton comes off the field now, Leisman is back in. Barkley runs the play in for the Cyclones. Rhodes up to take the snap. Laughlin's going to be at the right tight end position. Barkley under center. Pitch is going to go right side to Leisman. He's hitting the backfield. Who was that over there? Number 34. That's McGraw, but no, that's Shaw. Devin Shaw in the backfield. A loss of 5 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 13. Actually, they marked it a lot farther forward than I saw. A loss of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. 3rd and 12 with 7:40 remaining in the first quarter. 2 wide outs, 1 near, 1 far. Barkley gets it, going to look right, throws it downfield. He's got a receiver, had a receiver open, was Laughlin, but he couldn't, underthrew him a bunch and nowhere close. This bring up 4th down and 12 from about the 49.5-yard line of the Heat. Looks like they may go ahead and go for it here. Not sure. Barkley is bringing a play in, so.
They're across the 50, so pretty much you might as well try.
1 near wide out is number 42. That's Clayton Hunt. Wide split end, and then.
Oh, it's going to be a false start.
Yeah.
Number 5 went right ahead when he called for the motion.
He was way downfield, wasn't he, Laughlin? Laughlin got a little bit of a jump. Now you have to wonder if you go for it again or do you punt?
In this situation, I think you might as well punt and try to get something because you're almost to at least 16, 17 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
We'll see what they do here. It looks like they're going to go for it, though. 4th and 17. 2 wides, 2 setbacks. Barkley takes the long snap, looks left, throws it to Hunt, who tries to run before he catches it. Good pass, dropped at the 45-yard line. He probably would have been held short anyway, but it would have been nice to get that 10 or 15 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 for West Central at the West Prairie Southeastern 45-yard line, and they are right to the line of scrimmage. This time the fullback going to be number 35, Parker Meldrum. As Carnes gets under center, he's going to hand off to Drost. Drost right up the middle. Nobody's there. He breaks 1 tackle, cuts it to the left, and he might be gone. He's got a handful of jersey, does Laughlin, and they finally spin him and track him down and throw him forward from the 45 almost to the 10-yard line. It's at least a 30-yard carry. We'll see where they mark it at. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 11 or 12-yard line. Looks like the 11, I'm going to say. So 34-yard carry. 1st and 10 at the 11 for West Central as they are doing what they want offensively. Carnes now is going to look to pitch, then keeps it, and Leisman's going to track him down from behind. Good pursuit by the senior linebacker for West Central, Eli Leisman, as he brought Carnes down in the backfield. A loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Tried to run a little option there, but really had no option to go anywhere.
And Dross going to take the handoff this time right side. He's got nobody out there, and he's going to waltz in for the 13-yard touchdown run. So Dross gets his first touchdown run of the game. We call it 12. That's what they had on the scoreboard with 6:34 remaining in the first quarter. Drost and Meldrum, the I formation setbacks. Drost is going to get it, runs right up the middle, and he's going to get in again. Another 2-point run makes it 16-0. Here with 6:34 to go, and you're listening and watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Game brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Cyclone student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And the Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief's weekly edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can also be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. And a little late arrival onto the field. Looks like it's going to be number 15. Well, I don't even have, I'm looking at the wrong side. 15 is Ben Wren. So once again, on to kick is Dane Giddings. His kick is short. It's going to bounce in the field of play. Picked up by Paul. Paul's going to go left side. Palmer, excuse me, not Paul. He's got some running room. Tried to cut it back. He does cut it back. Makes another person miss. And he's out near the 50, across the 50. Gets pushed forward. A nice return by Rand Palmer. And it's going to go, got a face mask.
Looks like that's what ref is motioning for.
Flag on the field. Charge to West Central. It's going to be from the end of the play, from the 47. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Yep, it looked like right when he was getting tackled right to the ground, might have been the kicker, Dane Giddings, who took him down. As that'll set up West Prairie Southeastern's offense here at around the 32-yard line.
Barkley under center is going to give it to Leisman. He's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage. Big stop there. Is number 52. That is Zach Smith on the stop. A loss of 1, a short 2. It's going to bring up second down and 11.
Also in there was 77. Brady McGraw had Barkley's number 100%.
Yeah, Barkley got hit just about as soon as he handed the ball off. Neither one of them had any chance to do much with that play.
About a loss of 2.
Yeah, it's really just a loss of 1, but. Shotgun formation, Barkley, and then we got illegal procedure again. As that time, I think it was on the center. They called it, and everybody moved except for the ball. So 5-yard penalty. Going to bring up second down and 16.
It's the second time so far this quarter that West Prairie has had some issues with communication with false starts and illegal shifts. That's one thing that Coach McCormick might need to talk about during this next timeout.
Here's dropping back to pass again. He's going to loft it up through the middle. It's going to be intercepted on the interception. Number 18, Colton Fletcher. He's going to have it down inside the 15-yard line. Near the 13, it appears. 1st and 10, West Central. As the West Prairie receiver had the defender beat, but the ball again was thrown up and short, and the West Central defender, Fletcher, was able to get back and cover. Man, they get on the line of scrimmage so fast. Carnes back under center, 2 tight end set. Pitch is going to go left side to Drost. Got defenders out there this time, and he breaks the tackle. He had 3 defenders on him, and he broke through the tackle. He's going to go from the 10-yard line where he was hit all the way out to about the 15. A gain of 3. It's going to bring up second down and 7. But that should have been stopped with a 2-yard loss, and somehow Drost was able to keep his feet moving and get a positive gain out of what looked horrible to begin with.
Never stop driving your feet on either side of the ball, and that's what will happen.
Drost again, right side. He's got all kinds of running room. He's going to try to outrun Palmer and Leisman. Leisman's tracking him down, but can't reach him and didn't dive for his legs. And Drost is going to go all the way from the 15-yard line, 75 yards, or 85 yards, excuse me. 85 yards on a touchdown run for Drost. And just like that, it's 22-0.
That single play, that handoff to the right side of Drost, they have ran that 4 times, and you've got a 48-yarder, a 34-yarder, an 85-yarder, and a 13-2 touchdowns off of that single play alone.
So with 4:42 remaining, an 85-yard touchdown run by Drost.
He's going to pass it wide open, will be caught. That would be number 81, if the wind would allow me to flip over my paper. 81, Carson Long with the catch, the tight end, for the 2-point conversion.
So once again, 4:42 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 24-0. Game being brought to you by Tri-County Seeds. Tri-County Seeds, your local Golden Harvest Seed Advisor, located in Scioto, Illinois. Rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate Todd at 309-333-3437 for all your Golden Harvest corn, soybean, and seed treatment needs. And McDonough Telephone Cooperative. This West Prairie game stream is made possibly by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 309-776-3211. Check your availability. So, 24-0 is the score. I'll update that. I apologize. Still in the first quarter. 4:42 remaining, and it's been all West Central, although West Prairie's had a first down and done a couple decent things. It's just they can't put a string of anything together right now.
They've had a couple penalties really hurt them on trying to get these drives going. It's a tale of two teams so far, with West Central is playing kind of like a Chip Kelly Oregon team, getting on the ball, keep the pace up, and keep on moving, while McCormick's trying to slow down and keep a little bit of the possession time.
Palmer again with another return opportunity. He's going to go all the way to the far side this time. He's going to be stacked up. Gets out across the 35, but that's all he's going to get. Big pile of jerseys out there, including Andy Lumbeck and more, as it's going to be 1st and 10 at a 38-yard line for West Prairie Southeastern, as the Cyclones have the ball again with 4:32 remaining here in the first quarter. Checking into the game for West Prairie, number 60, Kyle Kindhart. Came in a little late to the play there. Barkley brings the play in. Still Rhodes at center. Haven's still on the left tackle. And then Kindhart's out at left tackle, actually. I got offset line. Handoff's going to go to Leisman off the right side. They ran weak side, and he gets a short gain of about 1. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Looking right in here, their offensive line for West Prairie, all 3 starting seniors, Kyle Rhodes, Kyle Kindhart, and Brett Havens, as they're looking to hopefully get some more of a push on these plays. Just a gain of 1 on that weak side run there. As we cross the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter, 24-0 is your score for the Heat.
We'll try it again here. Barkley back to throw. Has an open receiver in Laughlin. He catches it, goes for a gain of about 8. He'll be 1 yard short of the down marker tried to move, but I was going to say there's no way he was past the line. Gain of 8, 3rd and 1, even though they did stretch the down marker about a yard. We'll call it 3rd and 1 from the 47-yard line. Full house backfield. I formation backfield. 2 tight end set. Barkley under center. He's going to hand off to the up back. That's Hilton, I believe.
And he will get across for a first down.
That's Rand Palmer. And it'll be a first down, a gain of 3. Actually, a gain of 2, and it's a 1st and 10 at the 50 for the Cyclones, who have the ball with just over 3 minutes remaining here in quarter number 1. They trail 24-0. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today and checking us out. If you're watching, let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. That includes anybody from West Central who might be watching as well. We love to see who's watching and enjoying the contest. Leisman and a bottled up play that didn't have a whole lot of success from the very snap. He's going to lose 2. Well, let's see where they end up marking it. Yeah, he'll lose 2, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 12.
Looked like there's a little confusion on the handoff there. Leisman had to hold up to make sure he got the ball.
It almost looked like the quarterback thought it was going left, and Leisman went right, and he had to spin all the way back around. So one of them went the wrong direction. Judging by the blocking and how fast they were in the backfield, I think it might have been Leisman that went the wrong direction, but not for positive, obviously. Clock still running, 2:08 to go. Split wide receivers, 1 each side. 2 sets backs. Pass is going to go to Hunt, and that time he gets hit as Fletcher came up and put the hit right as the ball got there. Hunt can't hold on to it, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 12. Good defense that time by the West Central defensive back, junior, number 18, Colton Fletcher. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass, 1:59 remaining. Wide receiver near side this time, number 22 is Jesse Johnson. Barkley back to throw again. Overthrows the defenders, and it's intercepted overflew through his receivers, and
Intercepted by 34 Devin Shaw for West Central.
the starting fullback playing safety goes back and gets another interception. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for West Central with 1:53 to go. They lead 24-20. And already, man, they just are right back on the line of scrimmage already. As soon as the whistle blows, they're ready to go.
That takes some really good conditioning to get through.
Carnes tries to hand off to the up back. He does, and see if that's number 34 or number 35. Got to wait for him to stand
35. He just went in right through like a cannonball, completely busted through everything.
It is number 35, Parker Meldrum. That was a first down.
Yeah,
Apparently a 10-yard gain, 1st and 10, and a timeout on the field charged to West Prairie. We'll take a short break as well and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more. I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back to West Central High School in Biggsville, Illinois. West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones playing the West Central Heat. 24-0. West Central has the lead and the football with 1:47 to go here in the first quarter. Carnes back under center. I formation set. Handoff's going to go to Meldrum again. And again, he's going to be very close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. They marked it a yard short that time. A 9-yard gain for Meldrum as he's just pounding it up the middle. And we talked about this a little bit the other night. You pound in the middle, and then the outside just becomes wide open. This time it's going to be Drost off the right side, and he's got a little bit of running room. Breaks one tackle. Arm tackling does not work on this young man. He breaks another tackle and finally tripped himself up. But he's going to go from the 49, 19 yards at least. We'll see where they mark it. He's inside the 30 to the 28, 21-yard gain on the play for Carnes. And it's 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Looks like West Prairie just seems to be trying to strip and get a fumble out of there, but with Dross and Meldrum, there's just no way you're going to get any type of strip or anything out from them when they keep on moving their feet as they are.
West Central takes a timeout. They've got a player down on the near sideline as well. I believe that's number 89, Nick Woods, the left guard who came out and struggled off the field. Taking a look at his left ankle, it looks like. This game being brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm. Talk to Daphne or Evan today at Tom Conklin State Farm in Macomb for surprisingly great rates. Call them at 309-837-1200 or stop and see them at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. And Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking, they can take your product down the road near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support local athletics. Stop and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City or call them at 309-775-3333. 1:12 to go here in the first quarter as Carnes back under center, and they've just stuck to this two tight end I formation set, and WPE has had nothing to stop it. And that time, Drost is untouched to the left side, a 28-yard touchdown run for Drost with 1:02 remaining.
That's what we were talking about. They ran a couple of inside plays right to Meldrum to set up a good run by Drost to the outside as he ran out to the little weak side corner. That's going to be his third touchdown on the day. 32-0 here. The Heat are up with minute and 2 seconds left in this first quarter.
Waiting on the play. Rolling out to the right is going to be Carnes, and he looks for a receiver. It's going to fall incomplete. So the 2-point conversion is no good. That'll make it 30-0 with 1:02 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll take a break. We'll keep it here as they come out so quickly. That's the first failed 2-point conversion attempt. Game being brought to you by Beck Pest Control. Don't let the varmints and creepy crawlies get the best of you. Contact Beck Pest Control in Colchester. Beck Pest Control can let you sleep easy when the lights are out, knowing you have no uninvited guests running around. Contact them at 309-313-5521. That's Beck Pest Control. Get the bugs out. 1:02 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 30-0. West Central is the real deal. They are a good football team, and Drost is a great running back. Carnes ain't too shabby himself, and then you got Drost going to the outside, and you just start pounding it up the middle with Meldrum or number 34, Shaw, and you just have a very hard offense to try to contain, and West Prairie Southeastern is struggling right now with that.
So
I want to thank everybody for watching. Go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry.
So far, unofficially, Drost has 3 touchdowns and 247 yards in the first quarter.
For first quarter. And there's a squib kick. It's going to be picked up by Barkley, who kind of got it going the wrong direction. He had to turn around and stop his momentum. He's going to get it out to the 40-yard line, and that's where West Prairie Southeastern will, well, they're going to mark it out to the 41, it looks like. So 1st and 10 at the 40. Where are they going to mark it at? 41. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. .5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Sure make you feel a lot better here trying to get something going in this first half offensively if you're West Prairie Southeastern. Barkley back under center again. Offset line to the right side again. This time it's going to go to Leisman. And there to make the stop for the Heat, number 58, Matthew Dunn. Leisman is going to lose a short 2 along 1. Ball's on to 39, and it's going to be 2nd down and 11, we'll call it.
That's what we were talking about in the pregame about the defensive penetration in 8-man football. The D was right there before Laughlin had a chance to get anywhere.
There's a pass. Oh, a nice catch and a nice hit.
As the ball goes out on the hit, is they're going to say he did not have control as he went down. That was, that was 34, Devin Shaw.
Was it Shaw on the hit or Fletcher, one or the other? He broke the pass up.
Either way, perfect, picture-perfect tackle when you got a receiver in the middle of the catch, and he went inside, middle, nothing too high or low to take him out.
Ben Wren was the trying. He got bent backwards. It was a big-time hit. That's as big of a hit as we've seen all year in high school football anyway. So now we got a run to the near side as Johnson's in at quarterback, and he's ripped down in the backfield. A big tackle by number 77, Brady McGraw, as Johnson lost 5 on the play, or 4, brings up 4th and 16.
It just looked like they tried to run outside, and
that's the end of the first quarter play. We'll take a break, and we'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, you know, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Welcome back to West Central High School as we get ready to start quarter number 2. 12 minutes took 31 minutes to play. 30-0 is the score as we start the second quarter of action here at West Central High School. It is 4th and 16 for the Cyclones. It looks like they're going to go for it again. They got 2 wide receivers near side, Wren and Johnson. Barkley back in at quarterback. He's going to look right. Not a surprise there. He's got a ton of pressure in his face. And back there first for the Heat, number 7, Walker Conscious.
He came out on a blitz and just totally blew up any type of blocking he had there.
He lost 11 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line for the Heat.
West Central getting set up in nice field position here on the 24-yard line. Looking to keep this momentum up, 30-0.
And they got different players in now. And at quarterback, number 25, Gage Stimson, a freshman. And a penalty is the second of the game as a false start, 5 yards, 1st and 15 for the Heat as they have a bunch of new players in now.
Tight end Zach Smith just a little antsy on that one.
I shouldn't say a bunch. I guess really it looks like the only player in is Stimson, the quarterback, the only different player.
Sure is a bunch there, Dwayne.
Yeah, I thought it was more than that. Or thought it would be more than that, I guess, is really. I just anticipated.
Hands the ball off to Dross, and he's just going to keep on chugging along.
He's going to be close to a first down. Down near the 15. We'll see where they mark it at. I think it's going to bring up 3rd down. He's a little short.
So about a 14-yard run.
14-yard run. 3rd down and 1. With 11:35 clock running here in quarter number 1. Drost another
and that
14 yards.
That does push Drost above 250 so far in this game.
Stimson's going to look to roll right. Throws downfield. Pass intended. Did he catch it or not?
They're going to say he
did.
caught it
Pass was intended for Andy Lumback. So Gage Stimson comes in. The freshman throws a 15-yard touchdown pass. And with 11:18 to go in the first half, it's 36-0. 25-4, 15 yards.
As he's going to go in and get the 2. That is
Stimson
on the keeper.
Gets the run with 11:18 in the second. Makes it 38-0. This game being brought to you by United Community Bank. United Community Bank's services are designed to keep you in the game when you are on the go. With online and mobile banking that's nothing but net to friendly services you can count on from a leader of community banking. Choosing UCB is always like scoring a touchdown. Visit a location near you with branches in Bushnell, Colchester, and 2 in Macomb. UCB is a member FDIC. And Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. That's just east of the North Elementary School, which is also a center, I suppose. There's a center of the school. I don't know. Anyway, it's east of town there. You know where I'm talking about. Open April through October, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. For all of your fresh produce needs, be sure to follow our Facebook page for daily updates. Currently taking that's what I forgot to take out. They currently have pumpkins and other fall specials in stock. Grover and Mary DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. And on to kick again for West Central, number 5, Dane Giddings, and he's going to squib it. It's going to be picked up by Leisman at the 41-yard line. He's going to go out across the 45 to about the 46, and that's where the Cyclones will start. 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line, trailing 38-0 here in the first half with 11 minutes remaining. They've left the clock running. I guess it is supposed to run after this. That wasn't a dead ball play.
But then they just stopped the clock. So
yeah, maybe I was going to say
maybe it is a dead ball play.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be, but I guess when it's 38-0, nobody's going to complain a whole lot probably. I formation set now as Barkley back under center. Handoff's going to go to broken play. Tried to get it to Palmer and then handed it off to Leisman as an afterthought, and a loss of 4.
Leisman had just had nowhere to go, was completely surrounded by the time he got the ball.
Loss of 4, 2nd down and 14. 10:30 remaining in the first half. West Central is a good football team. There's no doubt about that. That Drost is a ton. It reminds me a little of Shane Shin. That should be a good game next week. Leisman to the outside. He's going to lose another yard, it looks like. Bring up 3rd down and 15.
The one thing that's just impressed me so far with this West Central team is their pace and their conditioning.
And their pursuit. Their defensive pursuit is phenomenal.
They never slow down. They don't take breaks. I know it's not like I was any good at football or anything, but I knew after the first quarter, as much as I could, hands on the knees before a play, I was waiting as long as I could to get down to a stance. These guys are up. They are ready. They are willing to keep on going.
Yeah, they're in shape. There's no doubt about that at all.
Going to go empty set now.
3 wideouts near side. Going to throw it to Leisman. He's got some room. He's out across the 45 near the 50. Going to be a gain of about 8, it looks like. He's going to be short of the 50. A gain of 8. It'll bring up 4th down and 7 for the Cyclones.
Kind of looked like a little screen motion play there.
Yeah, it was definitely a screen play. There's no doubt about it. It was a screen downfield a little bit, but it was more or less a screen play. There's no doubt about that. As they took more receivers to that side of the field than West Central could cover, and that's got them a few yards. But you got to. Now they're going to be Laughlin near side, Johnson far side, Laughlin near side. I'll get it out in a second. Barkley back to throw again. Oh, he gets hit just as he throws it. Laughlin is there, but overthrown again, intercepted by Devin Shaw, and he's going near side. He's got a ton of running room. Shaw is going to try to outrun Leisman. A stiff arm, and there's going to be a flag for a block in the back. And then Barkley's going to knock him out of bounds. That was an interception return of about 50 yards, but that's going to have a whole lot of stuff coming back. There's several flags on the play, all against West Central, I do believe, for blocks in the back. But what a stiff arm by Shaw at the end of that run, too. 8:24 to go. It's going to be West Central football. This will be after the play. An illegal block in the back. I saw it right at where Shaw needed to turn the corner on Leisman. Leisman got hit in the back. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 10 yards from the 38, it looks like, is where they're going to mark it from. So it'll be 1st and 10 for West Central at the 48-yard line of, where?
There was two blocks.
There was 2 blocks, and the first one was way back farther than the first one. I didn't even see the flag back there.
Yep, that one, they decided to go with that one, gets back about to the
37-yard line. 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Still with this team. Good field position for this team.
Their player short here, running on the field late. Number 54 is Blake Cole. I believe he's going to go in to play center. Blake is a sophomore. So a short gain. 2nd down and 1 as we got a few sprinkles coming here, it feels like. We're going to try and see if we can protect our equipment a little bit. So Kenny's going to step aside for that. So we'll be a little shorter staff than normal here. So give us just a second if you would, folks. Handoff's going to go to Meldrum, and he goes off left side from about the 37-yard line, and he's going to go all the way, a 63-yard touchdown run for Meldrum. with 7:44 to go. Another touchdown for West Central. Stimpson's going to hand off to Meldrum. He's going to break a tackle, try to get to the goal line, and he will not. Run failed. So that's going to make it 44-0 here in the second quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
Welcome back to West Central High School, 44-0, 7:44 to go in the first half. Rand Palmer's going to pick it up one more time. He's got a little running room out across the 40. He's going to be stopped there. Meldrum and Fletcher, I believe, on the stop. Or actually number 23. That was, there's your Colton Bell in on the stop as well, senior. Barkley going to bring the play in. Oh, you want to turn that? You want your mic turned back up?
Yeah, just maybe.
Rhodes coming up at center again. I formation, two wide receivers, one far, one near. Barkley's going to hand to the fullback, Hilton, and he's going to get bottled up almost immediately. There on the stop, number 77, Brady McGraw. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 with 7:25 clock running here in the second quarter.
7:20 left in this second quarter. 44-0 Heat, as West Prairie's just trying to find any type of momentum they can get at this point.
Barkley back under center, two tight ends this time. Pitch out near side to Palmer, and he gets hit about 5 yards deep in the backfield. Then he spins away from that hit, goes up to about 1 yard deep in the backfield, and just gets plastered by a trio of red jerseys. And it's a loss of 1, brings up 3rd down and 11 with 6:42 remaining here in the first half. Barkley to bring the play in again. And I'll tell you what, this West Central Heat defense just swarms to the ball so well, but yet they don't get beat backside either. I mean, it's they contain and swarm so well. There's a pass, Barkley right to Johnson in the hands, and he dropped it. Brings up 4th down and 11, and that would have brought up a very short 4th down if not gotten him a 1st down. But there's been some big hits by this West Central team, and I wonder if that isn't in the minds of these receivers a little bit, because it looks like they're trying to run or get out of the way before they actually have the ball held in. Wren, the one kid that really tried to bring the ball in and tried to hold on to it, you know, he took a big shot of the game. Couldn't hold on to it, but been several drop passes. There's been some overthrows too. I mean, it's not all on the receivers, but there's been some drop passes here today. Palmer on the screen play breaks a tackle. He's got some running room near side, but then there again, pursuit is there.
A nice block there by Barkley, the quarterback, to turn around and make sure that 77, Brady McGraw, did not get the tackle in the backfield.
So after all of that, it was a gain of 1 on 4th down, and it's a turnover on downs to West Central. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of West Prairie Southeastern for the Heat. They lead 44-0 with 6:10 remaining. We'll have a running clock the entire second half. Stimpson from a shotgun formation is going to keep it. He looks left, but back there to make the stop or make the initial hit at least, was number 20, Garrett Walker. Palmer back there.
They're going to help him up.
As well as Wren.
Took one big shot right after another. He got stood up there.
So loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12. Yeah, he spun around, didn't he, trying to make something happen. But every time he spun, he got hit a little harder, it seemed like.
It looked like it was a direct trap. I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
Handoff goes to Shaw. Palmer's out there spinning him around, but is going to throw him forward for a first down. A gain of 12 and a 1st and 10 for the Heat at the 30-yard line of West Prairie Southeastern. Clock will start back up. 5:25 remaining in the first half. Handoff, nope, it's going to be Stimson on a keeper. He's going to go down to about the 25-yard line, a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for the Heat now. Drost is still in the game, but he's here of late at least. He's been pretty much a decoy.
And it's one of those things where even if you know he's not going to get the ball, you have to make sure to check him, because if he gets any type of running room, he's gone.
Again, Stimson a fake. Follows the fullback through the hole. He'll gain 7 and a 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. And Shaw's going to come out. He'll be replaced by number 23. That's Colton Bell. So Bell will be the fullback now. Stimson the quarterback. Everybody else is relatively the same. Number 81, Carson Long's playing a tight end spot now. Handoff goes up the middle to Bell. He'll gain about 5, it looks like. Make it 4. 2nd in a short 6. 4:15 remaining. And Shaw is back in at fullback after Bell got the 1 carry. Still a starting backfield, but like I said, they really haven't. Drost hasn't touched the ball. Now Shaw is going to break a hand tackle, go in from 14 yards out, and it will be another touchdown for the Heat as Shaw gets a 14-yard touchdown run with 3:56 to go.
He's going to run and get that one in.
Is that Stimson or Shaw?
It is Stimson. So 52-0 up here with the West Central Heat leading against the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones with about 4 minutes left in this second quarter, excuse me.
3:56 remaining. Game being brought to you by Country Financial Agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. And McDonough District Hospital, thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best of McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and again in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. As we get a little bit of sprinkling going on again here at West Central High School as we're getting ready to kick off again. Cover up the computer and everything here a little bit.
Don't expect any harder rain as the kickoff comes in.
Palmer's going to pick it up again. He'll go middle of the field. And finally be brought down out past the 35-yard line, about the 38-yard line. Will be 1st and 10. So bear with us a little bit here, folks. We got stuff covered up, a little bit harder to see everything that's going on. Hope I didn't turn off anything. No, we still look like we're good.
1st and 10 here. Barkley's going to get the ball, hand off to, I believe that is Palmer. He's going to get across maybe 1 yard.
Yeah, gain of 1, second down and 9.
Weather just playing hot and cold today. It's got a little sprinkles, and then sun came out, and then the wind kicked up. Wind went back down. Now we got some bigger sprinkles as we're getting everything worked out. 2nd and 9. He's going to get into a little offset formation.
Well, it looks like we do have some internet issues here, so.
Alrighty. That one's going to go for maybe 2 yards. So about a 3rd and 6 coming up.
Well, I'll turn it over to you, let you kind of keep things going here. We're going to see if I can check and make sure everything's working.
3rd and 6 here for Westbury Southeastern. 2:30 left in this 2nd quarter. As he's going to get down I formation. This is going to be a toss to Palmer. Palmer's going to stop, breaks 1 tackle, but just gets eaten up by the next 2. As he's going to lose a couple yards. It's going to be 4th and long once again. Refs discussing where they're going to spot it. They're going to call a holding call, will be denied. So holding on Westbury is going to be declined to make it 4th and 11. As Palmer lost 1 on that run. So they're going to go out in a 2-wide formation. Barkley takes the ball. He's going to pass it up. Caught this time by 4. But not enough to get a first. That's Carter Hitz. Carter Hitz gets about an 8-yard reception. So it will be West Central ball. They're going to set up around the 46-yard line. With 2 minutes left in this 2nd quarter, West Central is up 52-0.
So we are having some internet issues here, folks. We're trying to get them worked out if you can hear us.
Simpson goes down I formation. As it's going to be a false start. A little too jumpy on the far side. Looked like it was maybe one of the down linemen. 54, Blake Cole, the sophomore. So with that, they'll start up a 1st and 15 now. West Central gets down. 142. As the handoff goes right to the fullback, and he's going to push it up. That looks to be Shaw. Excuse me, that is Meldrum. Meldrum gets about, I'd say, around 9 yards on the carry. Another illegal formation here. 35. Parker Meldrum just a little too excited. He went just a hair off. As we're going to try and get these internet issues fixed. Trying our best here with 1:18 left in this 2nd quarter. 2nd and 11 for West Central. Get the play clock rolling. So, kind of rarity, a West Central. As a, excuse me, 3rd down. We had that penalty. So 3rd and about 9. Yep. Simpson gets down, hands the ball off. He's going to keep it. As he's going to keep on pushing, try to get into the 1st down. He will not, however. as he gets stopped around the 39. And that will be the final play of this half as West Central comes off the field up 52-0 at the end of the first half against the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones.
We'll take a break and see if we can get our internet figured out. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH in just a few minutes.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
Anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
We're always moving. Scratch that. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop. Because life never stops. It's hard to...
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Well, welcome back here to West Central High School. Got a little rain, and it seemed to have, Wasn't really a shower. I'm not sure what happened, but it did affect our internet here in at the halfway point here at West Central High School, as we're not getting a ton of download or upload any longer. Should be good enough, though, to make the stream work, I think. So we'll see if everything keeps working, yay or nay. Yeah, we should be doing well enough. So if you are watching here, please send us a message. Let us know if everything seems to be working on your end or not. Not sure if it's a camera issue or something got wet. We are sitting outside. It's a little different for us than normal. So we will see how it goes. And we're going to, I'll turn it over to Kenny here for a second. He's got some stats, it looks like. I'll turn his microphone back up. I had him turned down, and then we'll check a few things out here, and we'll be back with second half action as we're about 8:45 to go in halftime here.
Alrighty. So West Central, of course, up 52-0. Their top player right now is Drost. Caden Drost has 261 rushing yards with 3 touchdowns. Their quarterback Mason Carnes has a overall rushing 4 yards with a touchdown himself. Fullback Meldrum has 91 yards with a touchdown. Their second QB, Stimson, has 13 on the keepers. Shaw, their fullback, has 26 yards with a touchdown. And Bell has 4 yards for them. Passing and catching, only one pass so far in the game for West Central, and that was that 15-yard touchdown from Stimson's to Lumbeck. And on the defensive side for West Central, Fletcher has 1 interception, while Shaw has 2. Over on the West Prairie side, Leisman has -2 yards. Hilton has 2. Laughlin has 6. Palmer has 1. Johnson -4. And Barkley -8. Passing, Barkley is 3 for 9 with 24 yards and 2 interceptions. Laughlin has 8 yards, Leisman has 8 yards, Palmer has 1, and Hitz has 8 yards receiving respectfully, you understand what I'm going to say. So 7:20 here left in halftime. 52-0 West Central. TSSR Game Time Live is brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experience in dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best in the best in 2017, 18, 19, and once again in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. TSR Game Time Live is also brought to you by Tri-County Seeds. Tri-County Seeds, your local Golden Harvest seed advisor located in Scioto, Illinois. Rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate Todd at 309-333-3437 for all your Golden Harvest corn, soybean, and seed treatment needs. McDonough Telephone Cooperative. This West Prairie game stream is made possibly by McDonough Telephone Fiber's Internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 309-776-3211 to check availability.
All right. Keith Yex is here. The Yex man is here. So I'm sending Miles down to see if I can snag him real quick and get him to come up and talk. I haven't talked to Keith in a long time. So we'll see if Miles can. He'll probably look at Miles like Miles has 3 heads because Miles doesn't communicate the best sometimes.
Oh, Miles does look like he has 3 heads half the time.
We'll see if Keith wants to come up or not. It still looks like we're having a few issues for some reason. It makes no sense. I wonder if something got wet. It didn't rain very much, but it almost acts like something. It just sprinkled a smidge, and it just acts like something got wet or something. I don't really know what happened. I apologize if you're having issues. If you can see us at home and hear us fine. I listened on my phone. Everything looked like it was perfect still, so I don't know what's going on positively. But If you are getting our feed, go to our live chat. It is available here at TSSR Game Time Live. Looks like Keith's going to come on up and talk to us for a minute.
It is in my car.
Okay, why don't you put Keith on the headset and you go get that then. We'll get Keith underneath here as I'm still having a few issues with the interwebs. Not really understanding why we're having that problem, but again, I apologize for anybody at home who is dealing with that. Get Keith up here for a minute. He's been slaving away, walking the sidelines, and Keith Yex, the X-Man under a headset. You know, I was just talking about you the other night.
You were?
Yeah, Greg Phelps and I were just doing a Cyclones and Macomb Bombers volleyball game, and we were talking about the fact that you aren't doing any broadcasts this year.
Not yet.
Not yet. Are you going to be doing some? You've always done stuff for Carthage. If anybody doesn't
right.
know,
Well, and you know, Ann and I followed West Hancock when the Keokuk radio station dropped them. And we followed West Hancock everywhere they went for 3 straight years. I mean, it didn't matter if they went to Chicago or, you know, where. We were there.
And you guys, you've been doing this. How long have you been doing this? You and Greg have been doing this a long time.
Right. Well, I started in 1987.
That's a year or two ago.
Yeah.
You know, that's before I graduated high school.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't apologize for that. Yeah.
No, but you were in Carthage, and if anybody saw a Blue Boys game back in the heyday of Blue Boys football under Coach Unruh, you were
I was there. Yeah, I called the 95 state championship. I also called the 99 state championship. And then I, you know, of course, ran the sideline for a number of years for Greg.
Right.
I mean, I can count on, you know, it'd take both hands to figure out how many games I ran the sideline for Blue Boy games at state, you know, or you know.
They talk. It seems like today the big thing is I do a lot of racing stuff. So all the racing people are like, oh, I'm at my 55th racetrack of the year. I'm at my 65th. Did you ever keep track of how many games you did at any point in any season? Because you guys did a ton of games there for several years at WCAZ.
I mean, football-wise, you know, we averaged 14 a year, those championship years. And in 2000, we did 28 games.
That's a lot of football.
Because Greg did all the Northwestern La Harpe, I did all the Carthage.
Right. Yeah, and that's back in the heyday of WCAZ doing tons and tons of sports. You guys are the home of, what was the home of champions or the
Voice of Champions?
Voice of Champions. That's what it was back in the day. And I mean, you guys saw, of course, called Carthage with football,
right?
Carthage girls basketball,
right?
Nauvoo Calusa.
Right, and Warsaw.
Back
to
boys
back
basketball,
right? In 97 and 98.
Yeah, so I mean,
and then I followed Southeastern girls basketball in the early 2000s.
Right.
And then we're there for Central Southeastern, and then Mendon Unity. The year that both those two played in the Final Four, Ann and I were there.
You guys have covered a lot of stuff. How many 8-man football games have you covered now?
This is my second one because I was at the first one last week.
So what do you think? What's your feel of 8-man football? My first one was a JV game on Monday night. I kind of really like it. I mean, it's kind of fun to watch. It's spread out, but
I mean, it's exciting. It's breathing life into the sport again. I think it's one of those things. I know the IHSA is waiting for X amount of teams to get playing the sport, and then they're going to recognize it and then offer a championship in postseason. I think we realistically are a season away from that.
I would agree. They're adding quickly, and the nice thing is they're getting about the same number of players, you know, and you only have 8, but it's a different feel. I mean, it is unfortunate because the bigger kid, like the me's of the world, there's not as much room for those kids in 8-man football. But at the same time, you don't need as many me's because that's the problem at a lot of these schools, especially like when it was BWP. They just didn't have the big guys, so they had the specialty players a lot of times. But if you don't have the guys to block, it's hard.
That's for sure. And I mean, you know, watching Bushnell last week without WP, They've got some horses.
Yes, they
and
do.
I mean, I can't wait to see them play these guys.
Yeah, last night was another good game for BPC. So this game scheduled for next Saturday here should be a really good game.
And what game's that?
BPC against West Central.
Oh, that'd be a barn burner.
It should be a great game. Keith, I know we didn't offer or didn't warn you. That I just said, hey, Miles, Keith's standing down there. Why don't you go down and see if Keith wants to come up and talk for a second?
I love talking about the original WCAZ. There's certain people on social media that have shunned me for talking about the original CAZ because they own the call letters now. But it's one of those things. Hey, I take pride, and I'll go to my grave, loving the fact that I was a part of that great part of West Central Illinois history
and
that nobody else can say, because we did volleyball, we did football, we did boys and girls basketball. I started girls basketball on CAZ in 1991, doing every game wherever the Blue Girls went. We went to St. Louis. We went to, all over the place.
Yeah, it's you guys were kind of ahead of your time,
yeah,
but nobody else ever caught up.
You just don't see that anymore.
No.
Ann and I were traveling between Bushnell and, Table Grove last week, going from the BBC, West Prairie Southeastern game over to see South Fulton and West Hancock play, and we could hardly find a game on the terrestrial airways, which was unheard of in the day.
Yeah, it's Macomb's not carrying anything. I know 98.1 in Canton is doing some sports stuff on the radio. 97.7 is here today doing a game. So there are a few places, but it is not the norm like it used to be. I mean, that used to be the thing that every radio station did that, and it's got completely away from that now.
Yep, and it's the trend is going to doing what you're doing here.
Yeah,
and what I started out, what Ann and I started out with the Sports Jacks on January 1st, 2018, we did that first county tournament at Carthage with Phelps's help, but I mean, ever since I started my streaming, I've probably done 100+ broadcasts of sports.
We did 200 last spring.
That's crazy.
But we did 2 schools and everything, junior high, everything at home, junior high, and we did JV games and varsity games and 8th grade games and 7th grade games, and it was crazy. But the times are different. I mean, things are different. I mean, and even here today, there's a lot of people here, but there's a lot of people that still are afraid to get out and be places.
I know, and that's the thing. I've had people both weeks say, why aren't you in the broadcast booth? It's like, well, I plan on being before the end of the season, that's for sure.
Well, anytime you see us and you want to come up and yell at me, you're welcome to come yell at me or Greg or whoever. You're always welcome. Love talking to you and catching up with you whenever we get a chance, and starting to sprinkle again. Last time it started to sprinkle, our stuff got wet and we lost signal for a second, so we were sitting outside, which is a little different than normal. But
thanks for letting me speak.
Hey, not a problem. Hopefully we'll get to talk to you again soon.
Okay, thanks.
That's Keith Yex, who is doing the newspaper gig right now, right, for the Journal Pilot. You can Yex on Sports will be back in some form, I would imagine, very soon, as we're ready to go with third quarter action. And we're still having a few connectivity issues, even though our phone says we have great service. I hope, as I turn Kenny back up here, Kenny, I hope that we didn't ruin something here that got it. I wouldn't have thought it rained enough to do that, but right when the rain happened is when we started having these issues, so I'm not sure.
I think it might just be more signal-based because it's coming off the internet. I don't think, well, at least I'm praying that it's not anything electrical on our side.
So we're ready to go here with third quarter action. It will be a running clock the entire second half. I can't see where anything is, so you bear with me, folks, here. I'm sorry. Get it up to the third quarter. And we're getting ready to go. It will be WPS football to start the
kickoff will go to the up-back man. That's number 4. He will be down, however. Carter hits. As West Prairie Southeastern will start around their own 35. Rain sure is starting to pick up.
Yep, it is starting to pick up a little bit. So, again, if we lose signal again, folks, we apologize. Don't really know why we're losing it. The phone says we have good signal, so it really doesn't make much sense that we're losing it, but you know how it is. We're doing our first broadcast outside in any kind of inclement weather, so that might be part of it too. Handoff on a sweep comes near side. That's number 3, Cam Kramer on the carry. He gets thrown out of bounds by a host of West Central players. I'm going to steal my rosters back if I can. On the stop was number 7, Walker Conscious.
About a loss of 6 or 7.
Second down and 17. Johnson in at quarterback. He keeps it, goes right side, gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Third down and 17. Jesse Johnson, the quarterback now. He was the quarterback in the Fresh Soft game the other night.
He's going to keep it and go up.
He's going to get across the 30 again, getting halfway back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to bring up 4th down and 13 after a gain of 4.
So 4th and long again here for the West Prairie Cyclones.
Clock will not stop here in the second half except after a touchdown or on a timeout. Other than that, it stays running the entire time. Even on incomplete passes, plays out of bounds, so on and so forth. Split wide receivers. Near side is Carter Hitz. Johnson again is going to keep it. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle at Dross, then gets around Shaw. He's going to be short of the first down, but he's going to gain 10. He's going to bring up a turnover on downs at the 42 or 3-yard line. Let's see where they mark it here. It's like a 1st and 10, 42-yard line for the Heat. Stimson still in at quarterback. Bell is the lone setback currently. It looks like they're short a setback maybe. Need a fullback. I just heard the coaches say in the box behind us. So Shaw's going to go in at fullback, number 34. Devin Shaw.
He's going to
Stimson is going to keep it. He'll go close to a first down, and a flag comes down late. One early and one late. That might be a hold. We'll wait and see here.
He's going
Wave the flag off. Not sure what they thought they saw, but it is raining pretty good now. Miles, make sure you cover that camera up as much as possible, okay? Out to the right side, Stimson on the keeper again. Is going to get across the 25-yard line, a gain of 9. It'll bring up 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. And it is raining pretty good now.
Looking across the fields, you can definitely tell. It's going to keep on coming. So 1st and 10 is he's going to hand it off to Shaw. And he's just going to keep on pumping his legs. Ooh. They will say he got a first, so about
11-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Folks, I hate to be a short timer here, but if it rains too much, we may pull the plug here in a 52-0 game.
As Shaw pushes up, he'll get another, about 4 yards.
Go inside the 10 now. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. It is raining pretty good now.
Yep.
Thought we were going to be clear of the rain today.
This time he'll take the handoff over to 23, Colton Bell.
He's going to be inside the 5, but just short of a first down. Looks like he's going to bring a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 1 at the 4. Stimson back under center, I formation. Bell is the deep setback. Handoff's going to go to Bell. He's going to go off left side. He's going to be stopped by Xavier Hilton. And he's going to be close to a first down.
They'll give it to him.
They'll give it to him. A gain of 2. And to bring up first and goal at the 3. Actually, about the 2-yard line.
6:30 left in this one, third quarter. As they're down to the 3.
Stimson under center one more time. We're going to hand off. The ball's on the
fumble.
ground. He picks it up. He's going to run outside, break a tackle, and in for a touchdown.
So the
a
fumble
2-yard
Rooski.
touchdown run for Stimson. And it's a 58. We're getting some feedback now as well.
Mm-hmm.
So not sure if you folks can hear that. So we might have gotten some water in something that quickly.
Another fumble
Ball's
now.
on the ground. Run is no good.
Rain starting to affect the carrying ability of the players. So 5:45 left in the third quarter. The Heat are up 58-0 on our Cyclones.
.531, as we said, this is the only time the clock stops. .531 to go in the third quarter.
And said TSR Game Time Live is brought to you by Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and of course pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. TSR Game Time Live is also brought to you by Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Alinda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. The kickoff now goes right to the up-back man, hits off of him, and West Central will get the ball. Picked up by number 5. That's Dane Giddings, the kicker, as he kicked it right off the chest of number 52, Jonathan Nelson. So West Central's ball once again on their own about 48-yard line. As they get up and get set. Coach is on the field.
Was he on there getting a tee off?
I believe so. As once again, a legal procedure.
Keep the clock running. The clock should be running.
Yep.
Keep the clock running. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Keep the clock running. 58-0. Looks like we are able to get the stream out. I don't know if you're hearing that feedback that we're hearing or not. Handoff for West Central. It's going to go right up the middle. No gain on the play. Looks like it might have been number 21, Hunter Schrader, on the carry. It was Hunter Schrader, number 21 on the carry. He's going to go for no gain, second down and 15.
.430 left in this third quarter.
Schrader's going to have to come off. I'm not sure.
Might be some blood or a mouthpiece.
I don't think he had his mouthpiece in.
Ah. Getting checked out there.
Or maybe he's, I don't know. I don't know if the coach is just talking to him. Stimson's going to keep it left side. He's going to be wrapped up there by Xavier Hilton.
Won't get much of anything on that run.
Gain of 2 to bring up third down and 13 for the Heat. Clock running with 3:48 remaining.
Third and long here for the Heat with 3:30 in this third quarter. Simpson is going to get the ball hands off to the up back. That would be 21. That's Hunter Schrader.
The one that had to leave last play.
And it is officially rained enough that my pen is not working on paper. So
4th down and about 6 for the Heat. Stimson under center, bobbles the snap, gathers it up, goes straight up the middle for a gain of about 2. Be a turnover on downs to the Cyclones at their own 45-yard line. Game being brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm. Talk to Daphne or Evan today at Tom Conklin State Farm in Macomb for surprisingly great rates. Call them at 309-837-1200 or stop and see them at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb.
Westbury offense getting set up now. Starting.
Late player running off, number 58, Matthew Dunn. And then slipping in the backfield. And that's the kind of slip that could hurt you. That was number 3, Cam Kramer. Looks like he got up okay, but that was a nasty slip. He is. Yeah, I thought he was limping for just a second, but man, that's the kind of slip that could hurt a player. This field is becoming wet quickly if our coverings of our equipment is anything similar to say about it.
It's not really the big droplets. It's just a continuous mist going through everything.
Johnson's going to get hit in the backfield. That was Bell back there in the backfield on the stop. Johnson's going to lose another 5. It'll bring up 3rd down and 18. Down under 1:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. I think we will skip our interview with Coach McCormick today just because of the weather. Try to get the equipment out of the rain as quickly as possible.
Johnson gets the ball. He's going to
pitch it out to Kramer. Kramer is going to try and stiff arm. He's going to get 8 yards back or 7 yards back. We'll see. 7 yards back. It'll bring up 4th down and 11 at the 44-yard line. This play will get us about to the end of the quarter.
41 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. 4th and long for the Cyclones. As Johnson's going to let it go. Overshot the intended receiver, number 4, Carter Hitz.
Not real sure who he was throwing at to, if he underthrew or overthrew. Turnover on downs, and that'll end the 1st quarter, or 3rd quarter, I should say.
So at the end of 3, the West Central Heat are up against the West Central West Prairie. I only messed that up one time today. West Central Heat is up against the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones, 58-0 at the end of 3.
Game is brought to you by Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road near or far and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support local athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis at Route 41 south of Prairie City or call them at 309-775-3333. And Beck Pest Control. Don't let the varmints and creepy crawlies get the best of you. Contact Beck Pest Control in Colchester. Beck Pest Control can let you sleep easy at night when the lights are out, knowing you have no uninvited guests running around. Contact them at 309-313-5521. That's Beck Pest Control. Get the bugs out. So into 3 quarters of play here at West Central High School. It's 58-0 as we get ready to start the final quarter play. Running clock the rest of the way.
Kind of hit the eye of the storm now as the rain kind of lets up, at least for a second. as the West Central offense gets set up.
They're just pounding it up the middle.
That is number 8. I could get my
starting quarterback Carnes on the carry?
Yep.
No, it was number 9, wasn't it?
Nope. Oh, that is a 9. Braden T, freshman.
I don't know if that's actually who carried it. It was actually number 21 that carried it. T was the one at the bottom of the pile, but 21, Hunter Schrader, was on the carry.
Stimson's going to keep it, and he's going to be tackled.
Xavier Hilton on the tackle, a gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6, but that was a broken play. Xavier Hilton calling the plays defensively for the Cyclones. Nearing the 11-minute mark here in quarter number 4. And right in the backfield.
Perfect blitz.
How about it? Stimson kept it or got knocked back to him, and there's a fumble. It's out. Schrader's going to, or no, Bell's going to fall on it. After all that, not sure what defender, it might have been Xavier Hilton, came in and busted that play up in the backfield, and somehow Stimson got the ball back. I'm sure, I was 99% positive he handed it off, and it came right back to him. And then he ran downfield, then he got hit and fumbled. Miles, how much of that did you get? Miles.
Yeah, he got all of it.
Miles knew what he was doing.
The only competent person on the team.
That's why we pay Miles the big bucks.
Simpson's
better than no
pitch
bucks.
It out.
Bell on the carry. That was almost a forward pitch. That might be technically a pass. Short gain on the play. About 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. Down to the 10-minute mark here in the 4th quarter.
Ten-minute mark here, this 4th quarter. West Central, they'll do the same play except the other side.
Bell pitches out, gets the pitch, and Xavier Hilton is out there. That kid is all over the field for West Prairie Southeastern. Xavier Hilton is the real deal. He's working his tail off even in a 58-0 game, 9:35 remaining, and he's still out there tracking people down, blowing up plays, and hitting everywhere he can hit. So got to give that kid some credit here as we work through the remainder of this contest. And then there he is again.
Hilton with the blitz.
And he was through the line of scrimmage before Stimson even stood up with the snap. He timed that absolutely perfect. 4th down. Again, 2 plays in a row, no gain. It's going to be 4th and 6 now. It was 2nd and 6. Now it's 4th and 6.
Coming into the game now for the Cyclones. 62, Andre Roberts, and 50, Drew Powell.
And that time, the cadence got him as they were trying to jump again. And the coaching staff for West Central quite obviously said, hey, look, they're just going on first whatever, so let's do a fake count. And literally the entire team jumped off sides. But it's not a first down. It's going to bring up 4th down and a very short one here with 8:35 remaining, clock running in the 4th quarter. 58-0 still the score.
If I was betting, man, just do it again, just to try.
If I was a betting man, if I was West Prairie, I'd just go through again.
Yeah.
They did, but they missed it. And Stimson's going to get a first down, a gain of 2. It'll bring up 1st and 10 at the 11, I think, just outside the 10-yard line.
If I physically was able, I'd be able to get some stats for this 4th quarter. However, the pen just does not work on my paper that I had. So I'm just trying to remember.
Stimson back under center, and it did it again.
There you go.
See, and it's like he's not even under center when they're going. He's going down to get under center, and they're jumping. I'm not. Jesse Johnson's going to go off, it looks like. I don't know for sure. It's a 5-yard penalty. Brings up 2nd down and 5. I guess I should have been watching a smidge closer earlier, but there's the handoff to Bell. He's going to be brought down short of the goal line. And Xavier Hilton came out of the ball, but called him down. A couple players for West Prairie Southeastern there on the stop, including number 25. That's Aiden Akers. Number 12 also in the game, Coy Bunnell. Hand off to Bell. He battles off the right side. He's going to be stopped short again. The host of white jerseys are there to stop him.
So 4th and goal.
Going to see what number that is. It might be number 3, number 6, Mitchell Wilcox out there. It is number 6, Wilcox, that was in on that stop. 6:20 to go. I formation again behind Stimson. And this time it's going to be illegal procedure, I think. That'll move the ball back 5 yards, so to bring up 3rd down and 6 from about the 7-yard line, I think. Maybe the 8. So we're going to try it again here. I formation, 2 tight ends set. Stimson under center, takes a snap, looks to Schrader, can't get there. He keeps it, and then a couple white jerseys knock each other off of Stimson. He's going to go for a short gain. And they're on the stop, Blake Arnold and others for the Cyclones. A gain of 3, going to bring it 4th down and 3 from the 5 or 4-yard line. Looks like about the 4-yard line, actually. Stimson back under center just that quick, down to 5:15 to go. And he's going to drop back. He looks to pitch. He does get it to Bell. Bell's going to go into the end zone. No, yes,
Bell
yes.
will get it.
Yes, a 4-yard touchdown pass, actually. That was a forward pitch. That's a 4-yard touchdown pass with 5:09 remaining. 64-0 is the score. And I think the clock should technically be running right now, too. No, maybe not. He didn't wind it up. I thought the clock ran until after the 2-point conversion. Handoff's going to go to Schrader, and he goes in for the 2-point conversion untouched.
So at the 5-minute mark here in this
66-0.
4th quarter, it is 66-0. West Central Heat are up. TSSR Game Time Live is brought to you by the Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Come visit the bank at friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Cyclones. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. TSR Game Time Live is also brought to you by Beck Pest Control. Don't let the varmints and creepy crawlies get the best of you. Contact Beck Pest Control in Colchester. Beck Pest Control can let you sleep easy when the lights are out, knowing you have no uninvited guests running around. Contact them at 309-313-5521. That's Beck Pest Control. Get the bugs out. As we get set up here for kickoff at the 5-minute mark.
Also being brought to you by United Community Bank. United Community Bank services are designed to keep you in the game when you're on the go. With online and mobile banking that's nothing but net, to friendly services you can count on from the leader of community banking. Choosing UCB is always like scoring a touchdown. Visit a location near you with branches in Bushnell, Colchester, and Macomb. UCB is a member FDIC. Kick is to the middle of the field. Johnson's going to boot it around and finally fall on it. It'll be 1st and 10, West Prairie Southeastern at their own 44-yard line. Clock running, under 5 minutes to go now. First and 10, Cyclones. They have had little to no offensive success today for the most part. Clock running, 4:30 to go. 2 tight end, I-back formation behind Barkley, who's back in at quarterback. Kramer's got a running room. He's going to go. He might score, and I think he will. From the 44 of his own side of the field, a 56-yard touchdown run for Cam Kramer. they get on the board with 4:06 remaining here in the fourth quarter. A touchdown for West Prairie Southeastern.
Kramer just popped outside the far side. Everybody thought he was crashing inside. He's able to get around. It was just a foot race.
Well, West Central has their second string in, and they've been pounding the ball up the middle the entire time, so I'm guessing that they probably just expected kind of the same thing to happen, and it didn't work. Now Kramer's going to get the pitch to the right side and goes in for the two-point conversion. So that makes it 66-8 here at West Central High School. 4:06 remaining. As I think the mist/rain is kind of stopped now.
I was looking across the field. It's kind of cleared up a little bit. Hopefully it does not come back.
So the crew's getting ready to do another kickoff. We've had a bunch of those today.
TSSR Game Time Live is presented by McDonough Telephone Cooperative. This West Prairie game stream is made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning-fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 309-776-3211 to check your availability. Also brought to you by Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street, Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School or Center. Open April to October, Monday to Friday, 10 to 6 p.m. and Saturday 10 to 4 p.m. for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow our Facebook page for daily updates. They currently have pumpkins and other fall essentials to sell. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. Also brought to you by Country Financial agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today.
Laughlin on the kick again.
They get set.
Nice kick.
Booming kick. It's going to be touched, and he'll down it.
At the 4-yard line.
Woo. Really nice kick by Laughlin there.
Yeah, that one wasn't kicked into the wind like the first one was. Laughlin, we remember Laughlin when he kicked for BWP last year. He has a leg, and I'm sure that if they get into a position where they can use that and score some, they'll surprise a lot of teams, but haven't had a lot of chances to kick the ball so far this year, but that was a nice kick for Laughlin.
The big kick with the fancy shoes. Laughlin out there with the green shoes still. As
they're seeing ball on the 4-yard line, first and 10. And Schrader on the carry. Goes for a gain of about 5. It'll bring up second down and 5.
3:15 left in this fourth quarter.
It's out past the 9-yard line. Yeah, it looks like it's a long 5, short 6, and I bet that was originally on the 5-yard line instead of the 4. So really gain of 4, but handoff up the middle again, or keeper up the middle. Handoff to Schrader up the middle.
And he will get the first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line. Bunch of new players in for West Prairie Southeastern, including number 8, Blake Arnold. Number 4, Carter Hitz, playing the defensive end. Number 50 is out there, Drew Powell. Number 3, Cam Kramer. Stimson on the keeper as he dropped the snap, I believe.
Looked like it.
He's going to gain about 5, though.
New player in for West Central, that is number 14, Charlie Edelman.
Number 54 for West Prairie, Mikey Kitch in, the freshman.
As we roll past the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, using a lot more time here than they did earlier in the game. Schrader gets the handoff from Stimson, and he goes nowhere. there to make the stop. I believe it was Mikey Kitch. It was number
60.
54, Mikey Kitch, down at the bottom of the pile. One of the 60s was there too, 62. Andre Roberts there as well, but Kitch was the first one. (66-8), 1:13 remaining. They are taking as much time as absolutely possible, and I think the coaches over there by the referee, Mr. Hasley, taking as much time as possible. There's the wave of the hand, so Stimson's going to keep it. Tries to get outside, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet. Now he's going to get hit again and again and again. Powell and Roberts finally clean up the mess, but Stimson wasted a bunch of time.
Just ping-ponging
and
off
that
of him.
might be the last play if they'd hold this for a second. They're going to line right up and just probably take a knee here. Well, it's 4th down. You can't really take a knee. Going to use as much as they can. I think not sure if they're discussing right now if they need to run a play or not, and I think they just got told they don't have to. Yep, they just got told they don't have to run another play, and that's how it'll end, 66-8. We don't have a lot of stats here from the second half thanks to the rain, but we'll take a short break here, and we'll be back on the post-game show brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. And again, we'll take a short break. Hear a word from our title sponsor, MDH, and we'll be back right after that.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
So we are back here at West Central High School as Coach Mack and the crew congratulating coaches on both sides of the field. And we aren't going to stay very long. Kenny, a very good West Central team. You've seen Bushnell play both times, and you've seen West Prairie Southeastern play both times. That game, I think, next week between BPC and West Central should be a good game.
It's going to be a really good game. The one thing that I see that West Central might have advantage on is the tempo. I think Bushnell really has to focus on conditioning this week, make sure they are up to the task, because this West Central team goes hard and fast and does not stop.
Tempo, and they don't spread the field a lot. They're big, but they're fast, and they kind of do that old school Bushnell, West Prairie, BWP, Elmwood style 8, but it's 8-man, and they just like to pound it at you. They run off tackle, what would be off tackle, which is actually off tight end on a double tight end set here. And they just like to pound it at you from the I formation. I don't know that we saw more than 2 or 3 formations from them all night long. They ran everything out of the same thing. They blocked pretty well, and they just flocked the ball defensively. It will be interesting to see what Shane Shin can do against West Central next week. But unfortunately for West Prairie, and only their second game in 8-man, a little bit outmatched and outmanned here today against the West Central Heat. So next Saturday, both games are on Saturday next week here for TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. The BPC West Central game will be here at 1 o'clock, and the West Prairie Lutheran game will be at West Prairie, but it'll also be a 1 o'clock game. So both games will be going on at the same time. You'll be able to find them both here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH, of course, on our YouTube channel, Hewlett Public Pro LLC. Don't forget to subscribe if you're from West Central. Subscribe to the channel and you can watch next week's game as well. You'll also be able to watch some volleyball games throughout this fall, and then some basketball games in the winter as well, as we cover all of those games each and every time that West Central and BPC or West Prairie play as well. So Coach Mack is down there talking to his team. A lot of things to work on going into next week, but I don't think you're going to see a whole lot better team than that West Central team. They were tough.
Not really.
They were very tough. So we're not going to have Coach Mack come up and talk to us with still a little bit of threat of a rain coming our way, and we want to try to get everything put away before it hurts anymore. Not sure what happened, but something did happen. We'll dry everything out this week, give it a test, and make sure everything's good to go for the weekend. So for Kenny Suter, for Miles Hewlett, we want to thank you for listening to the postgame show brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. So I'm Dwayne Hewlett. Thanks for joining us. The crew from TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. We'll see you again Tuesday night. Greg Phelps and John Burton will be bringing you West Prairie volleyball from West Central High School. And Miles and Kenny and I may be bringing the JV game. Keep your eye out. We're going to attempt to bring the JV game from North Fulton. It'll all depend on signal and availability on Monday night. That's a Labor Day extravaganza for the JV team. So for everybody here with TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you again very soon.